It's another week and another brand new episode here on the Granny Panty Podcast. I'm your host, RubyLynne. If you'd like to follow the podcast and don't miss an episode, definitely hit subscribe and tap that bell. We've got some great shows coming up. If you'd like to follow me, the host, you can go to rubylynne.bio. That's rubylynne.bio. This week's guest is the legendary, the icon from the 70's. I believe they called her the Platinum Princess. I can't wait to chat about times gone by and how she feels about current industry. So help me welcome the amazing Seka. Seka, it's such an honor to have you on the Granny Panty Podcast this week. So I want to thank you for taking the time to be here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your having me.
I recently connected with you on Facebook, which of all places, I started to use my RubyLynne Facebook. And my friend Jamie Bell, who I think you know Jamie.
Yes.
And I recently stayed with him and we had the pleasure of watching I think it's your newest documentary, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And wow, I was just blown away and I thought, I have got to have you on the show. I have so many questions.
Well, go right ahead.
I just loved your story and I really feel like you are the legendary icon. Your first movie was, what was it, 1978, 74?
Hell, I don't remember this morning, and you want me to remember 40, 50 years ago?
Well, I didn't want to just take, all the notes. I was like, maybe she remembers.
No. Jesus Christ, no.
But you pretty much, I feel like you were how old? 18? Were you 18?
When I did my first movie, I was in my 20s.
20s. Okay. And some of the stars that you worked with were amazing. And what do you think is the most interesting story that you remember from those early years?
I remember on the set of Dracula Sucks, John Holmes and I were sitting outside talking, and he looked at me and he said, "Don't ever do anything you don't want to do." And I said,
Oh,
"You're right."
yeah. How many films did you do with John?
More than anybody else,
Yeah.
as
And
far as I know.
you got to know him pretty well then.
Just on the set of the movies. I never went and hung out with them, or any of my co-stars for that matter.
And
After filming, I just went home.
gotcha. It's probably good in that instance that you weren't hanging out with him.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah. What and when he told you that, what did you think? Had you done things you really didn't want to do at that point?
No,
Okay.
that was my first big feature movie anyway.
Mhm.
And if there
Yeah.
was something I didn't want to do, I just told him no, I wasn't going to. Not that I didn't want to do it,
Uh-huh.
no, that I was not going to do it.
There you go. And that's what struck me. I feel like you were always your own authority and that you were your own best advocate. Would you agree with that?
Probably still am.
Spunk, that's good.
Well, I certainly try.
So how was AVN? You went to AVN in January, correct?
Yeah, 2 years. It's been 2 years, or
Okay.
year and a half.
Okay. So you didn't go January of 2025. You were there in 2024?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. How was the show? Do you feel like it had changed a lot from those early years?
Yes, compared to what it used to be, absolutely.
And tell me what struck you as so different now. Well, I'm sure technology, but other than that.
Um, well, and I've never done this
Mhm.
throughout my whole career. Is run around half naked. Uh,
Yep.
if you want to see what I got, you're going to pay for it. And most of these little girls run around half naked or naked and let people take pictures of them. And
Mhm.
um, you don't make money doing that.
Yeah. I agree. I didn't get in this business till I was 53. I'm 58 now, but I feel like
You're still a baby.
like us more mature performers don't dress like that. And no shade to the girls that do. That's their brand, and that's their niche. That's awesome. But yeah, I think those of us who are a little older
Yeah,
aren't.
and they don't last.
Yeah, yeah. And how did were the fans any different?
No, the fans are always the best. I mean, they're nice, they're polite.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, occasionally you have somebody that wants to try to take a picture without asking first,
Mhm.
but that's easily corrected.
Right, right. You can do you take your husband as your security?
Yes,
I heard his laugh.
yeah,
Yeah, some kind of security.
he's head of security.
That's right. That's
Well,
great.
he's an ex police officer, so
Mhm.
he was a police officer in Creve Coeur, Missouri.
Long time,
What?
long time ago.
A long time ago.
And how did you guys meet?
Well, that's a long story.
Oh. Oh.
You need to go to my website, Seka.com, and buy the book
There you go.
to find out that
To get
story.
the
But
full story.
we kept meeting about every 10 years. First time we met, I was getting out of a limo in Chicago at the Hyatt Regency for an Electric Blue show. And then we met at a cigar smoker in
Ooh.
Chicago. And then we met again at a pool in Hollywood, Florida.
10 years apart.
So,
About 10 years apart.
well, it was
Each.
meant to be.
Well, we've been together for 20 years.
Yeah, that's amazing.
From one of the days.
And he didn't even want to date me.
Really? Did he think it was going to be too much publicity and
No, he thought it was going to cost him a boatload of money.
Ended up doing it anyway.
It ended up costing him a boatload of money.
yeah,
In the long run, yes.
yeah. Because he spoils you. You expect that.
Yes, he does. He spoils me every day.
Well,
He's
that's
the best
awesome.
thing that ever happened to me.
Well, that's great. That's great. And so, had he followed your career then through all that time that you were friends?
Well, he knew who I was because he's a big porn.
Oh, I'm not.
Well, he used to be.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess, as long as he was watching you.
Well, he was watching me and a few other young ladies. So,
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah.
What was your favorite movie to do that sticks in your
Oh,
mind?
oh, geez.
I know your fans want to know.
Careful, he may be watching.
Oh.
Well, I wrote it, directed parts of it, raised the money for it,
Mhm.
and I played two parts.
Wow.
I played the redhead and the blonde.
I saw that in your documentary. They highlighted that. That had to have been a lot of work.
Well, the gentleman that did the documentary, Tony Waters, is going to be in Chicago with us, and we're doing a Q&A. I'll have it on my website.
Okay.
And what what day, Carl?
Both Saturday and Sunday at 2 o'clock.
Saturday and Sunday at 2 o'clock.
Okay. At Chicago
Chicago.
Exotica. Mhm.
Yes,
Okay.
The trailer.
and they're going to show the trailer. Um,
Great. Awesome. And that is that documentary, when did it come out exactly?
it's only been out a few days. If you go to
Okay.
the link on my page, there's a picture. Click on it, follow the directions.
Okay. Because I was on your website and I didn't see that.
It's not
So I
on
don't
my website, it's on my Facebook page.
Facebook page. Okay. Okay. Got it. And so
You
Chicago
can
Exotica, what kind of questions will you be answering?
anything they ask me, I will answer the best I can.
Yeah,
If I don't want to answer it, I will not answer it.
I like that about you. What so when you did AVN and also meeting, current performers in this industry, um how do you think porn in general has evolved since you did it? And do you see it as positive or negative?
Um, since I don't watch porn anymore,
Mhm.
because I've done it, I've been there, I've done that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So um, I didn't really get a chance to see a lot of the different performers
Mhm.
that were there.
Okay. Okay. I wasn't sure if you stayed in contact with any of the other legends or not.
I'm in contact with Ginger Lynn, Christy Canyon. Uh, hold on, one.
Leslie.
Oh, Leslie
Leslie.
Winston.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, I, I'm in contact with Serena occasionally. Um,
Yeah, and Christy just made her comeback. Christy and I are pretty good friends, and Ginger.
yeah, she's going to be in Chicago.
Yeah, Christy will. I think Ginger has 2 horror films releasing or something, so she can't make it.
Yeah, CryptoCon, I think.
Yeah. Do you know what your panel's gonna be yet? Like, what kind of is it just general questions like we're talking now, do you think?
I think so, honey.
Yeah. Yeah. Exciting. Is Chicago the only one you plan to go to?
That's the only one that's booked at the moment.
Mhm. Gotcha. I like to try to go to New Jersey. That one seems to be my favorite.
Yeah, that's the same time as Chiller Theater.
Ah,
And that really conflict.
And they conflict with one another.
gotcha. Gotcha. Who do you think was your biggest mentor or influence when you got into the business?
Oh, geez. Well, I always liked Gloria Leonard. She was a very smart woman, very
Mhm.
smart. Um, Robin Bird.
Mhm.
Um, God, hell, I don't know, honey.
Yeah. Well, those are some pretty awesome mentors.
Yes, they are.
They did some amazing work. But so did you. Have you ever mentored a younger performer or star?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Maybe you did and didn't know about it.
Well, that's probably true.
A lot of boys.
A lot of boys, a lot of
A
males,
lot of boys. That's right.
but to
You
my knowledge,
entertained the
no.
masses.
Yeah, to my knowledge, no women.
Oh, well, you never know.
I know.
You have Exotica coming up. How about any other travel that you know of? You said New Jersey, and so tell me about the event that's conflicting that
Uh,
you'll be at instead.
might go to the Exotica Miami,
Okay.
but I don't know yet. We still have to talk to them and see what's going on.
Yeah.
They want us to go to all of them.
They want me at all of them, but I don't know if I can do all of them or not.
Yeah. Do you and Carl travel a lot now just for vacations?
No.
No. Are you a homebody?
We're old people.
We're old. We don't go anywhere.
You're not old. What are you? Are you, how old are you? 70?
I'll be 71 on April 15th.
Okay. Well, 70's the new 50, Seka.
Well, that's horse shit.
Well, they keep telling me that 58, of which I'm 58's the new 38. I'm buying into it.
Well, you go right ahead and
When
do
you
that.
were 58, you were hotter than hell.
Well, I was hotter than hell when I was 58 too.
You're still hot. And I bet Carl agrees with me.
Oh, I always agree with you. I saw your pictures.
Aw, you're sweet. Good. I'm glad you guys checked me out. Made sure I wasn't some crazy person,
Well,
unconnected podcaster here.
you're a very pretty woman.
Aw, you're sweet. So tell me about the times. Of course, I'm sure it gets brought up all the time. When you were dating Sam Kinison, that had to be wild.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I traveled with him quite a bit, which was a lot of fun because most of it was by private jet.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we were in Vancouver and we were invited on someone's yacht. It turns out it was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I was sitting there talking to a guy. I didn't know who it was at the time. And today I probably still couldn't tell you his name. But I had to go to the bathroom and I asked him where there was a restroom, and he directed me to go downstairs and how to get there. That's when I saw all the Grammy Awards across the back of the
Oh,
headboard.
gotcha.
And then I went, oh shit, this is Earth, Wind, and Fire. Holy
Do you think, though, that people who are famous like that, when they meet someone that doesn't know who they are and just, connects with them as a person, that's refreshing? I mean, do you feel that way sometimes?
Uh, yeah, when we first met Lou Ferrigno,
Mhm.
it was Chiller Theater in Jersey. And I mean, I knew who he was, and I knew he was deaf. And so I went up and I touched him on the arm, and he gave me, put up one finger, like, hold on a minute. And because he reads lips. So we talked for a minute,
Mhm.
and then my husband went up. He didn't realize he was deaf, and he came back and he goes, he's an asshole. Carl, he's deaf. He can't hear you. So he went, I did not know that. Also, I know he doesn't like mushrooms and onions on his food.
Oh,
I don't know
and
why, but he doesn't.
okay, how did you figure that out?
Because we were having dinner and he
Yeah.
told the waitress no mushrooms and no onions.
That's awesome.
Nice man.
Yeah. And who else have you enjoyed meeting?
Pee Wee.
Pee Wee Herman.
Oh my God. I can only imagine.
He was such a nice
He
man.
used to give Christmas cards every year.
He used to send me a Christmas card every year, like clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just a very sweet person.
Well, that's
Um,
cool.
yeah.
Sheiky Day.
And the Iron Sheik from Wrestling.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that man so much, and he just passed away a few months
A
ago.
few years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, those wrestlers, I think they get uh, a lot of health issues from
Well,
that
you
sport.
would too if you got slammed around like that.
That would rattle your cage for sure.
Yeah, it's almost like being in porn.
What is one of the funniest things that you remember from being in porn and the adult? Something you'll always, maybe back then you said, I'm going to be in my rocking chair on the front porch and I'm never going to forget. I'm going to laugh about this.
When I told Ron Jeremy to go off, and he did.
Oh, look.
That was an Inside Seka.
Oh, wow. And what year was that?
Oh, good Lord, I don't know.
Early on, though? Was that early on before?
It was probably one of the first feature films I did.
Mm-hmm.
What,
When
Carl?
he was skinny.
Oh
When he was
yeah,
skinny.
when he was skinny.
When he wasn't quite as creepy.
He's always been creepy.
Yeah. I thought you were pretty good friends with him. Weren't you in the beginning?
Uh, I wouldn't say we were good friends.
Mm-hmm.
We were friends enough to say hello when we met each other or when we had dinner together with different people.
Mm-hmm.
But he's he doesn't use deodorant. He's stinky. He
Yeah.
smells. We were at a show in St. Louis, and Carl and him were in the jacuzzi.
Oh.
And I told Carl, I said, you and Ron need to come up and take a shower and get ready for the show.
Not together.
Not together. And Ron says, I don't need to take a shower. I've been sitting in the jacuzzi. Well, the scum on that water was ridiculous.
I bet. Yeah, I have met him a few times. Probably from around 2010 to 2012. He actually partnered and opened a swing club where I live in Portland, Oregon. And so was quite active, used to be at the swing club. So he came in a few times and did some appearances. Him and I think Dennis Hoff came together.
Yeah,
But
he and Dennis were good
He
friends.
was a good guy.
yeah,
Dennis was a really good guy.
yeah. I never met him, but yeah, Ron was there.
Well, that
But
doesn't surprise me. It's free.
yeah, and it's true. The ladies were lined up.
Well, a lot of them always did because they thought it was the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah,
I'd rather have the bread.
yeah. When you told him that, was he doing something that made you say that to him to go take care of himself?
No, we were doing a movie.
Okay.
And I just went, oh, go blow yourself. So he did.
Should have got that on film.
They did.
Oh,
It's
oh,
It's in the movie Inside Seka.
Tell me about a time something didn't go as planned.
The last movie I did, uh, Sam Weston was directing the movie, and he thought there needed to be more sex in it.
Oh.
And I didn't want to do any more sex.
Mhm.
So I suggested that, because I was working with Richard Pacheco, Howie Gordon, and I suggested that he and I get under the covers, have under the sheets, satin sheets, and have sex under the sheets, but nobody could see what was happening under the sheets, only what was going on, outside the sheets.
Yeah.
Because Sam was a dictator when it came to great director,
Mhm.
but when it came to getting his way, except this time I was paying his salary.
Oh.
So we did the sex scene under the sheets, and we had fun.
Well, good. Yeah, I mean, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, then it becomes a job, right?
Yeah, well, it was my job.
I know. Yeah, and it's good that you enjoyed it.
I did.
I hear about
That's
it all the
awesome.
time.
Oh,
What Carl say?
Carl said he hears about it all the time.
I know. I
Feel
bet
free
he
to
does.
feel free to edit me out of this totally, okay?
Oh no, I think this is great. We should have just had you on the screen.
No, you don't need to see this right now.
It has not been shaved.
I'm not in the porn industry. I have nothing to do with the porn industry. I just happen
Yeah,
to be married to somebody who's very famous. That's all.
I
Or
know.
infamous, I should say.
Infamous. That's right. Make sure on here that we let people know where to find it
Right now, it's on
and
video.
how to get to it.
It's on my Facebook page. You just click on the picture,
Okay.
follow the directions. It's $10, Carl.
No, $7.99 to rent it.
$7.99 to rent it, and
$19.99,
$19.99 to buy it.
and the
Right.
DVD. The
And the
DVD.
DVD will be available at the show.
Okay, good. Good.
Let me talk.
Hold on.
The other thing is we entered into a contract with Bitmax out of London,
Okay.
and it's being worked on right now. It should be done by the time of the show, but it'll be on, I believe, Apple Play, Amazon Play, Amazon Prime, and one
Nice.
more. One more. I don't know if it'll be Timu, but that won't be until
Till
after the show, and
Chicago.
probably I would say first part of
June,
well,
July,
what's the next month? I can't even remember.
May.
May, probably
May.
first part of
Okay.
May or whatever would be on there.
Okay, excellent. Yes.
And it'll be on. Oh, by the way, it'll be on YouTube at some point in time. So,
Oh, that's great. That's great. Makes it easy to get. I know that Jamie clicked on it and we purchased it. He purchased it, so we watched it. Yeah.
What a nice
what'd you
man
think
he is.
about it?
Oh, it was great. It was so good.
Well, we're glad you enjoyed it.
I learned so much. I thought it was very thorough.
I don't think many people know about the fact that she was on a radio show for about 3 years in Chicago, and
Mhm.
I don't think many people know that she testified in front of the Meese Commission for First Amendment rights back in the day.
Yeah, there was a lot. I also wasn't aware of how you grew up. I mean, all those things. It was a lot of information.
Yeah, a lot of
And
stuff happened.
it was done very well. We both enjoyed it a lot.
Seka needs like books or 8x10 pictures or some movies. Go to Seka.com and check out what I have to offer you there.
It's being redesigned.
And it's being redesigned.
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
at
I
the
saw you
moment,
have
but it
one.
will be.
Yeah, you have, I saw DVDs, books, you have prints, looked like clothing at some point.
Yeah, I will have clothing. I have like underwear, bras, uh, some other clothing. Uh, that's all going to be redesigned. So
Nice. Well, that'll be a one-stop shop. So I will definitely put that link when this goes live on YouTube. We'll
okay.
make sure that everybody knows how to find you.
Oh, good.
And
Thank you.
yep, and has access to the show. But I want to thank you for coming on. What a fun conversation.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Ruby.
And maybe I'll see you at an Exotica later this year.
That would be great.
I would love that.